Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Definitive Wrestling Toy Belt Collection. And today we are doing the Women's Championships, but I have to address something. There is a Women's Championship that I am missing, that I'm aware of, and it is this one. It is the 1991, it's been dubbed the Alundra Blaze Championship, so unfortunately I don't have it. All I can do is show you this photograph of it. As you can see, it says white, it says World Wrestling Federation, has the pink logo. And the reason why it's called the Alundra Blaze Championship is because it's famous for Alundra Blaze, because she took it to WCW and threw it in the bin, which threw away the women's division for quite a while. And then we get up to this one, which is, I believe this was made in 2006. Yes, 2006. I don't have my information on me because I was using the information on the other phone, and I was using that to show you guys the photograph at home. So this is going to be a little bit difficult for me. So this is 2006 Jakks, and it is World Wrestling Entertainment. Now, at the time, in 2006 that this was made, this belt wasn't around, I don't think. I think the belt had been, maybe it was, but I think the belt had maybe been changed to the Divas title by 2006. But I think this was re-released as a classic belt. And one of the very unique things about this belt is it has the Wwe logo going around the entire outside of it, which is very, very nice. So this one, very difficult to come by, quite an expensive belt to get in good condition. It's very rare because unfortunately the women's division in its time was not quite as popular as what it is now. Some of the most famous champions are Ivory, I think Jacqueline, the Cat, China, she owned it for a while, and of course Lita and Trish Stratus. And obviously there's ones like Leiko, they broke the title in half and they each held half the belt and they were both the women's champion. And I think possibly the Bellas, but as it was going into the Bellas, it was going into the Divas one rather than the women's champion. I've always preferred it being the women's champion. I've never liked the idea of Divas. I felt it was kind of against what the women were trying to go for. But yes, this is the second version of the Women's Championship. The first one, of course, I showed you before that I don't own. If anyone does own that 1991 Alundra Blaze belt, please do contact me. I am very interested in getting a hold of it. I've searched quite a while. I've been on quite a few forums. No one seems to have it. It's very rare, very hard to come by, just simply because no one bought it at the time. And the 1991 was an event exclusive, which means you either had to mail order away or had to show up to an event and buy it. So that was the only two ways to get it. So yes, so this is the 2006 Women's Championship, and we will move on to the next belt, which appears to be the event exclusive, the Wwe Divas Championship. So the event exclusive one is slightly different from the one that was widely mass produced. Again, this is event exclusive. So this one does have a very nice sticker on it that says Made in China 2014, WWE, all rights reserved, but doesn't have a company logo on it. It looks like the Mattel one, but it's not Mattel because it would state Mattel on it if it was. But this is the event exclusive version. So interestingly enough, this is the modern WWE logo. This one here is the Attitude Era, which is the scratch markings. This is called the modern logo, where it's the big W lines. And let's look at the next title, which this one was the mass-produced Divas Championship. You can see there's quite a lot of differences between the two of them, but most importantly of all, this is the Attitude logo with the scratchy parts on it. Unfortunately, this one's a little bit damaged. It's missing a bit of the pink plastic here, but the Divas Championships, very difficult to come by, especially in good condition, especially trying to find one. I've got two of these championships, and one of them is missing a lot of these little studs around the outside. But yes, if we look at the back, oh my goodness, I hit the camera once again. Then this one, it has the little metal plate on it. It says Made in China at 2013, WWE all rights reserved, but doesn't say Mattel on it. It just says Made in China. So very strange and unusual. Again, couldn't tell you what that is, but this one says 2013, and this one has the sticker which says 2014. So this one was made a year after. I feel like I've got those two in the wrong order. I normally go from earliest to oldest, but I think those, I may have them in the right order. Maybe they were just passed to me in the wrong order. I'll maybe try and fix that in the description. But those two should be the other way around. It should be the scratched Attitude logo first, and then the modern logo second. But there's only a year difference between the two of them. You can see even this one is missing a few of these little pearls at the top there. You can see that there. So difficult to find in good condition. Again, this one's also missing this big chunk of purple plastic over here, or pink plastic even. But that is the Divas Championship. Next up, we have the event exclusive Raw Women's Championship. So this one, a lot of this you're going to see is very, very similar to one another. They're going to use the same main plate. So this one you can see this isn't connected to the back. They're going to use the same side plate here on both sides. And then the part they're going to change is the white area in the background. So bear that in mind when we look at the rest of these. So this is the event exclusive version. And by event exclusive, I mean that you could either get it from the store, and this one has the sticker on it, it says 2016. It says all rights reserved and made in China, but doesn't actually state what it was or what company. So very interesting. And also, I think because the two Divas Championships didn't actually state Mattel or Jakks on them, it's very possible that both of those are event exclusives. Hadn't thought of that before. I'm not sure. If anyone does have any more information on these Women's Championships, please do let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to update the descriptions and the Definitive Wrestling Belt collection. So yes, so this is the event exclusive Raw Women's Championship. This was the first version of this belt that was made, and then later we had the Mattel version. Now the Mattel version, again, you've seen this before, where this is all one plate, but this gold part here isn't separate. This has no colouring on it whatsoever. They haven't put in any of the detail, and this is your basic Raw plate, the Raw Women's Championship plate. And on the back, we can see very similar, but it does have the Mattel side logo here, which says 2014, which is lies, because in 2014 this belt didn't exist. Instead, this 2014 belt actually I think uses the side plates from the WWE logo, the WWE Championship that was made in 2014, but I don't think the Raw Women's Championship was around in 2014. It might have been, but I don't think it was. So that is the Mattel Raw Women's Championship. So I'm going to keep these up here, just off screen, so I can compare with the next one. The next one is the event exclusive Smackdown Women's Championship, which of course came a bit later from the Raw one. And once again, it's not connected to the bottom here. And you can see this is the exact same plates as was used for the Raw Women's Championship. This is the event exclusive version. If we open here, you can see it says 2017 with WWE. But if we compare this to the Raw one, you will see that these are identical to one another. The only difference is the background here has been painted blue instead of red. This has been given, these two I think are the same colour. It's just the refraction that's a little bit different. But this has a red line in the middle, this has a blue line in the middle, and other than that, not much difference. The background of this orb here is red, the background of this orb here is blue, but other than that, this is the exact same belt. But, of course, the Raw and Women's Smackdown Championships are two different creatures. So, we do have to acknowledge them as such. And next we have, this is the last one, which is the Mattel Smackdown Women's Championship, which again you'll see almost certainly has a plate that says 2014 on it, which it does, which again is lies. So that's why you can't go taking what the year says on it, because the plate was maybe made in 2014. It's just the same plate that they've been using for quite some time, but the belt itself came out in 2017, because this belt came out after this belt did. And once again, so you can see, I honestly think the event exclusive ones look a lot nicer than the mass produced ones. The Mattel ones, these are the ones that are available in shops. These are the ones that are available from WWE shop. So this one, it's got a lot more detail in it. It looks nicer. It's a bigger belt, and this is really what you need to look for. So when you're trying to buy these, I think this is still available on the shop website, but when you're trying to buy these, you have to really look for these differences and know exactly what you're going for. So these are all individual little jewels. This here is all just one plate on it. Now let's compare this to the Raw Women's Championship, and you'll see that they are once again identical to one another. It's literally only the colour that's been changed. Even these side plates are literally identical. There's no colour differentiation between the two of them. It's the same white background that's on both, and the only difference is here is that this part is blue instead of being red, but this whole area here is exactly the same. So just be aware that if you are trying to collect all the belts, you are going to be buying the same belt over and over again with just variations. That is just how this game works. So that is going to be it for the Women's Championship. I hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.